Welcome back to another episode of the Live Your Yes Life podcast. Each week, we share channeled thoughts, discussion, and interviews on what it takes to go from dreaming and wishing to actively living your yes life. My name is Lisa Limita. I will be your host for today. I am one of the co-founders of Rise Leadership Circle, along with my business partner, who also happens to be my daughter, Kayla Jetta, who I know you all know and love. Today is going to be a solo episode, and I am actually getting this episode a little bit late to my team because I wanted to make sure I could share the information with you that I am about to share. So we're going to talk today about getting what you want by being who you are. And we're bringing forth something brand new that I want to make sure that you know about. And so I had to delay the recording of this episode until we had all the details finalized because this just came together so quickly. So Kayla and I have been leading the Self-Doubt Detox Challenge all week long. It's currently happening now at the time of this recording. By the time you guys hear this, we will have just wrapped up the week-long Self-Doubt Detox. So this is a challenge where we've been focusing on releasing self-doubt, releasing the old wounding, the old patterns, mindset, things that cause us to doubt our path, doubt our purpose, keep us from moving forward. And you could really think of this as the same way that you would think of doing a physical cleanse. If you've ever done any type of a cleanse or a detox physically, whether it's a juice cleanse, whole foods cleanse, something like that, is very similar in that on the other side of it, you leave feeling lighter, brighter, more clear. And whenever we go through a process like this, it kind of almost like leaves this sense of a void, if you will, where it's like, okay, I've been able to really release some heavy things, and like, now what? Now what? So as Kayla and I were leading our community through this challenge, we were planning to make an invitation to join us in the circle for those who felt like they wanted more support, who wanted to bring us in as their life coaches for the next year. And if you're curious about what the circle is, we have another episode that outlines all the details of the circle, and I can link that below as well, so that if you want to know more, you can just click on that and give that a listen. So we were planning to make this invitation. The circle is amazing. And we also were realizing that as we just cleared so much space going through this process, we wanted to really take the space where people were just so ready, so hungry for claiming their yes life and really creating what they want, that we were going to create something powerful for that to happen. So the way this happened was Tuesday night. So at the time I'm recording this, it is Thursday. So just 2 nights ago, I crawl in bed. I'm asleep already. The phone rings. It's Kayla. I pick it up. She's like, "You got to get out of bed. Like, I've got to tell you what I'm feeling into right now." And she was bringing forth that, like, I really feel strongly that we need to teach our framework to people in such a powerful way over an 8-week period that they get to deep dive in this work and then like really anchored in, dialed in to having the life they want. I got really excited about it. And so, of course, after the next morning, hashing through the details, we created what we are calling the YES method. And again, it's the framework that we have used to create our business, to create the success that we have in our business, a lot of the lessons and the learning that I would say we somewhat learned the hard way. And it's truly the work that we're doing in the world. So I want to take a second to explain to you what we've just created and why, and how you can actually utilize this framework in your life right now. You can really see what resonates here. I'm going to talk you through the framework, and you can see what resonates, what feels like it's maybe the missing piece for you. And then, of course, if you're interested in diving in and joining us for the YES method, you'll be able to do that as well if you choose to. We announced this on a call today, and some of our clients literally were crying tears of like happy tears. Like in the chat, they were like, "Oh my gosh, happy tears. I'm so excited." The feedback we got, we were like, "Oh, this is this is so important that we get this in the hands of the people who want it. We really just have received the most wonderful feedback. So let's jump in. So the yes method, get what you want by being who you are. It is all about deepening into the truth of who you are. And that's where we start. We're going to use the acronym of YES, so YES, to share our framework with you. So the first part of this framework is Y, and it stands for you. This is about you being completely who you are and seeing that the more that you are your authentic self, the more that you deepen into your own truth, which means unhooking from the way others think it should be, unhooking from a lot of what you've probably been taught, a lot of what some of the quote unquote experts are teaching you about how to create the life that you want to have, and getting just really crystal clear on who you are and allowing that to be the place that you navigate from is such a solid anchor point. So sometimes people will say to me, and I think we've even talked about this here on this podcast, is we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to feel like we know what our purpose is. We're leading our purpose in the world. And I do agree. I think it's really important to understand our purpose. And sometimes people feel really lost, or they make themselves wrong if they feel disconnected from it. But I don't think it's a bad thing at all, because I think it's an opportunity to become even more clear on who you are. I think we go through these seasons for a reason. So you guys know that I love numerology as a tool in terms of helping you deeply understand yourself and sort of like the ingredients that you were created with. So we're going to be using a bit of that to help you use your life path along with your birth date number to see exactly what your life purpose is on this planet right now. So it's going to give you guys so much clarity. I can't wait to share. I'm going to share something with you that I have never shared before in a way that I've never shared it before. And I think your mind is just going to be completely blown with clarity about what this informs you of as your purpose at this time. The lessons that you're meant to overcome, you're going to get clarity on what it really is that you're here to do, probably in a more clear way than you maybe ever have before. So I'm really excited to share this with you. And of course, we're going to focus on who you're here, like in terms of the life that you're creating, who you're here to be in alignment with that purpose. And then we're going to focus on your identity. So really anchoring in, deepening in to your identity as the person who already has the desired result, is living the life that you want to create. You're actually going to probably feel this completely aligned, almost like identity shift, but identity in terms of like, it's like clicking into place with the truth of who you really are as you release pieces of you that maybe you felt you should, or that someone told you you need to be a certain way, that you're just completely letting go of that. There's so much freedom that comes along. So this is like that anchor point that we begin with. And I could do like 3 episodes on this. It's just, we could go so deep on it, but this is where we're going to start. This is the first part of the framework. Then the second part is going to be really looking at your environment. So the E in the YES acronym stands for environment. Now, we are going to look at your physical environment. So this means the literal physical space that you live in, create in, work in. And it also means your physical well-being, your body, your heart, right? It's like both the energetic, physical space that you live in and that you operate in as a human being every single day. We're going to look at the spiritual environment that you are creating in and how you personally connect spiritually. So we're not here to pass on our spiritual beliefs. We're here to help you anchor into yours. You may even go through a discovery in how we can't leave this part of us out. You know, spirituality is not separate from creating the life that we want to have. Rather, it's really the center of it, and it gets to inform so much. We're going to look at your mental environment. So this is your mindset. This is the way that you think. This is the beliefs that you hold, and really looking at whether those beliefs are yours or someone else's, whether it is actually what you still believe, focusing and centering in on what's true for you. And then we get to also look at the emotional environment, the environment that you are living in, working in, playing in, what's happening around you. This includes your relationships. So, we don't create success just in and of itself, but our whole environment, that mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional well being is all a part of it. And this is another space too that I think you'll experience so many ahas around, and even just the slightest shifts can make such a difference. And maybe there may be some things in here that you haven't really wanted to look at, right? It's kind of like, I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later. I'm busy creating this life that I want to have. And what you're not looking at is actually the thing that is preventing you from having what you want. So it's that willingness to actually look at what are some of those boulders that I've just been trying to climb over or climb around that are in the way. And then we're going to get to the S in the YES acronym, and this is for system. This is where we know we've got to have a system that you are creating and working to activate the desired result that you want to have. Having a repeatable system that you can count on that is in alignment with the truth of who you are. And so this is going to be really powerful. We're not here to tell you exactly the step-by-step that you should do, but we're going to be giving you some powerful guidance so that you can understand and choose the system that is meant for you, if that makes sense. I wish I could probably go into that for like 3 different podcasts. So we're going to get deep on that. And what I want you to be clear on is this is not about pushing, hustling, doubling down, or forcing. This truly is about aligning, exploring, creating, and choosing with ease. Now, I'm not here to tell you that the life that you want to have is just going to, float to you through the sky because you meditate for 15 minutes a day. That's not at all what I'm saying. I feel like a lot of people get alignment or this idea of alignment sort of misconstrued. And I sometimes hear people say like, well, I'm not going to do that because that's just not an alignment for me, or that just doesn't feel an alignment for me right now. And, that's actually working the system that's helping them get what they want to create. But the truth about alignment is that it's true, right? It's in alignment with our soul. It's in alignment with who we're here to be. And so alignment is something that you can tune into and tap into every single day. And it's got to be aligning from this place of truth, not just aligning to your feelings in the moment or your feelings of the day, because you might be feeling fearful or you might be feeling scared. And yeah, it might feel quote unquote aligned not to take a specific action. But the truth is, that's not alignment to your truth. That's aligning to your fear. And I do think there can be a lot of confusion about that. So when you start aligning to your truth, and again, we're really focusing on your identity, your life path, who you are, it probably means you're going to be operating outside of your comfort zone, because this part of you is going to want to help you become who you are meant to be. And that is going to mean that you do overcome some challenges along the way, that you do make some bold moves and some big steps, but you're doing it from a place of really becoming more of who you already are, really owning your gifts and your talents and stepping outside of your comfort zone. So this is going to be a really powerful 8 weeks that we spend together. It begins on August 5th. And I want to just tell you a little bit of the logistics of the program. So what we decided that we wanted to do was give you guys an opportunity to have incredible support with Kayla and I. We want you to feel completely and fully guided and supported, where you have a ton of access to be coaching with us as you walk through these 8 weeks. So there's going to be a weekly workshop that happens every week where we are going to really take you through this process step by step. And then each week, there's going to be 3 more group coaching opportunities that you can dial into. Now, you can come to just 1, you can go to 2, you can go to all 3 if it's a week that you're like, I just need like tons of coaching. But, we really say come to at least 1. Get coached, get supported, get your questions answered. Allow us to walk with you step by step through the process. And so the reason we're doing 3 sessions or 3 opportunities each week is because we know you all are working different schedules, you have different time frames that you can tap in, and we know that some weeks you'll just need more support than others because you're going to be stepping out in a way that you haven't before, right? Life is going to feel a bit different as you take this on. And having support is what stops us from letting what I call our critter brain get in the way or our ego start to trip us up or to get frozen in fear. This will keep you going forward and keep you excited. We're also going to offer accountability and connection cohorts. This piece is optional. Some of you love this. You want to be connected with a small group. You want to have your running buddies as you go through this and have that additional layer of support. If you want it, it's here for you. We're going to help curate a group for you. If you don't, that's cool. If you want to go through this on your own and just tap into some of the group sessions, that's great. You can do that too. So this is going to be really powerful. We've never done anything quite like this before. Coaching one-on-one with us is a, much bigger investment. It's a high-level investment, and we're able to offer experiences like this without needing to invest in one-on-one, if that makes sense. So the full value of this program, if someone jumps in and just wants this program as a standalone, is $10,000. However, what we've decided to do is to gift this for free to every single person who is a member of the Circle. Now, the Circle, I'm not going to get into it right now. It's our 12-month program, as I mentioned earlier. I will link it below so you can go and listen to all of the details. It's the most incredible value. You guys, you can be a part of the Circle for the cost of your venti latte per day. A latte per day. And that does include one-on-one coaching. It includes group coaching. It includes all kinds of weekly, monthly support that is just amazing. So if you don't know about it, click the link, learn about it. If you decide to jump into it right now, you will get the Yes Method completely free. Our client today on the call, literally, as I mentioned, they were so excited. So I know this is so wanted. And if you're listening to this, either, maybe you just had a takeaway from me walking you through the framework and you know where you need to focus, or you're like, yes, I know I need this and I want to jump in. Now is my time to get into the Circle. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and link all the details below. You can always send Kayla and I a DM. The best place to connect with us directly is to send us a DM on Facebook and send us a friend request, send us a DM, connect with us, ask us your questions. You can always email support@riseleadershipcircle.com and let us know if you have questions as well. So thank you for hanging out to me today. I will keep this short and sweet. It was so fun to get to connect with you, and I hope I'll see you joining us inside of the Circle and inside of the Yes Method. Bye for now.